Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome to another edition of Talk That Tech. The
It's the number one tech morning show in the world, y'all. Y'all already know that, though. Let's get it.
Let's get it indeed. Oh, there's another episode. We are excited to be back. It should be a fun time, man. How was your weekend, Trey? Let's start there.
Oh, bro, the weekend was pretty good, man. Just didn't do much. Didn't do much. Uh, just really got some work done, and I'm trying to think. Nothing else. I literally got some work done. Sunday went to church, came home, chatted it up with you for a while. Uh, I didn't even get a nap yesterday, but it's all good. We in here today. It was pretty solid, bro. How was yours?
It was good. But before I get in there, I'm going to go to the audience because we do have some people in the building. I got Operation Tech Takeover. He says peace and blessings. To the
Yes,
fam,
indeed.
don't forget to smash the like button, comment, and share this out. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Always appreciated. Good morning. We got Tech Coach Ralph in the building. We might need to call upon him later because we got a topic that he is more versed in than we are. So he might have to jump
Mm-hmm.
on.
Mm-hmm.
We have Darcel as well. Good morning, fam. Time to talk that tech. That's right. Good morning. Good morning. We got Mitch as well. Good morning. Good morning. And you got Tech, well, yourself, yourself as well here. And then we got Derek Stoner. Good morning, Techniche. Another week to be great. That's right. Good morning. Good morning. Another week to be great. And we're glad that y'all are rocking with us this morning. My weekend was pretty laid back. I think I did the show yesterday, Saturday. Excuse me. I had a show with Cece, aka Sierra, and she broke it down in regards to everything she does in fintech, how to get into project management, things of that nature. She really kind of did a great job with that, and also the conference that she has is geared towards the Black Men Conference. So you want to definitely check that out if you haven't. You know where to go. Go to the channel and check it out. Oh, we got Ty in the building. Ty's in the building. It's that time. Man,
Yes, indeed.
I respect the grind to get up early with us, man. I respect it so sincerely. Oh man, but yeah, brother. It was a great weekend, and it was great to have her on as a guest of the
Yeah.
show. I learned a lot. I was excited about that. And then yeah, and then Sunday we call each other. If y'all don't know, we call each other, check up on each other, and we prep for the show. And so that's what we did. Basically, was my weekend in a nutshell. But yeah, man, it's still good to me. I like things that are a little bit chill like that. So
I love it. I love it, man.
yeah,
Trust me. I
personally,
don't have to I don't have to be doing a lot to keep it moving.
yeah, not too much, not too much. But listen, y'all, like always, we thank you so much for rocking with us. If you have not already, I just encourage you to do so. Go ahead and subscribe to either the channels, but we do have a channel for Talk That Tech as well. So if you have not seen it, go ahead to the description and click on the link to subscribe to Talk That Tech. If you want everything Talk That Tech, obviously you can catch it from both of us here. But yeah, everything from Talk That Tech, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. And if you want to call into the show, I just dropped in the show link there. So click here to call into the show for any segment that we got. Any segment that we got. So you can go ahead and click into the show for that, man. Yo, let's talk brackets for a second.
Mm,
Did you create an NCAA bracket? And if so, how busted is
let
it
us
right now?
know. Probably tore up. Probably tore up. Man, I haven't done one in a few years, man. I should have did one this year.
Yeah.
Uh it would have been jacked up though. I already know.
Oh, without a doubt, without a doubt. Listen, I felt you know how you have buyer's remorse. That happened to me. I had buyer's remorse because I literally picked BYU to do the upset there, or the win, and I second guessed myself. And if I
Ah,
had BYU going forward, my bracket will be still looking good. But in my company's competition right now,
yeah.
I'm actually right now seventh place out of like
Okay.
How many people? I don't
I
know.
mean, well, that can change quick, bro. It can change
It
quick.
changes daily. And then
Exactly.
when the games are going on, it
Yeah,
changes every hour.
man.
Yeah,
Do
man.
y'all have? Oh yeah, no, you're also remote too. I know we used to have the TVs going,
Oh,
in the office and all that stuff, man.
yeah, yeah. No TVs this time, but I tell you, man, when I looked at some of those things, like, dang it, I wish I made it. Made a change. I have UNC to win it all, which who knows how that will turn out, but they're still there. And I
Mm,
had some other ones that I picked that I was like, yeah, I got the upset. I picked the L. I picked the L for the upset there. And so it's just one of those things where I was like, man, I should pick certain teams that I picked two of
yeah,
them specifically was BYU and Creighton that I was like, why did I not? I picked them initially and then I just second guessed myself. I don't know if y'all have
man.
that situation going on with
First
y'all, but
choice. Always go with the first choice.
trusting your gut. Trust your gut. Let me see y'all. If y'all decided to go ahead and create a bracket, let us know in the chat. We are interested in finding out more about that as well. So if you did create a bracket, or if you do have a team that you are rooting for, let us know. Let us know. It's all about the fun and the competition here.
You
So
know, it's
yeah.
crazy too, bro. I've been checking out the highlights on the girls' side as well. I
Mhm.
haven't watched any games. It's a little tough, but
Yeah.
the highlights are all right, man. I've got to see who is that I've seen now for the first time. You hear their names, but I think it was Juju Watkins for USC.
Okay.
Um, oh man, the girl from Iowa. She's like number one.
Yeah, she
I
like
can't think of
40.
her name. Golly.
She dropped 40. I know
Um,
you're talking about though. She was like the center for them.
yeah, I can't. No, no, she's a point guard.
So I'm thinking about somebody else. I'm thinking about somebody else. There's
Um,
another women's athlete who dropped like 40 points like last week, or and I was like, oh snap. Um, but yeah, I
yeah,
think.
Caitlin Clark, bro.
Oh, Caitlin Clark. Yeah,
That's
yeah,
what it
yeah,
was.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Caitlin Clark. So just being able to see them for the first time do their thing after hearing their names all year. They're all right, man. They're pretty good. They're pretty good. Yeah,
Okay.
appreciate that, Derek.
Yeah, Derek said it too. Shout out to my alma mater, Grambling State, for making it to the tournament for the first time and out in the
Yeah.
first. Well, listen here, it's
Hey,
tough, man.
Gremlin, man.
At
Yeah,
least
it's
they,
Gremlin, man.
at least they made it. At least they made it. And I'm not gonna lie. And let me switch the question a little bit. Do you find that the NCAA tournament is more interesting on the women's side versus the men's side? Let us know in the comments, because I'm starting to feel that vibe. I even heard that the
Mm,
WNBA is looking to get new media money and possibly might be splitting from the NBA if they get that deal. Like they're thinking about it because they start to
well,
get intrigued.
I don't know, man. The unpopular opinion, bro.
Yes, what goes without saying.
It's still got a little bit to go, bro. It's like it's tough for me, man. I tried to watch,
Mm-hmm.
and when you see people smoke wide open layups, I'm talking about, you got the steal, and it's just you, and you going down the court, and you blow the layup mid, like in the game, like that's tough to see on that level, man. I had to bounce,
You
and
talking
it
about
happened.
college or WNBA?
Yeah, no, I'm
Oh,
talking about college now. Now
yeah.
you go to the WNBA. I just think they need more support from women. The reason
Mm,
they don't get the money deals is because it's just not a lot of people watching. And if more women would go support those women in those games, they would be able to get as much, or maybe not as much, maybe as much as the men. Um, but I just think that's one of the reasons why they don't get as much money. And, people complain about it, but ultimately, you got to have people butts in seats. You got to have people in front of the TV if you want to get that money.
yeah.
And I think if they have more women support, they'd be getting that money, because
Mm,
people would be watching, people would be there at the games, more. Um, but right now, when those stands are empty, it's kind of hard to justify more money. So yeah, that's what I just believe personally, wholeheartedly. Because
Yeah.
in the WNBA they are there is they are good. I also believe if they lower the goal like half maybe to 8 feet or 9 feet, 9 feet, not eight, and so they can have more dunks in there. Like more excitement, more people would be watching and stuff like that. That's just what I believe.
Okay.
Don't do me dirty. Not because I don't want to lower the goal because there's a difference. There's just I think it would be more women being able to dunk and more more of the things that people like to see going on there. But
Yeah.
again, it's
Uh,
just me.
Don't crucify the brother. This is a question. We got a couple good mornings in the building. We got NC Workers saying good morning. We got Derek Stoner say also girl ball is interesting, as Derek puts it. And then Oris, Mr. Williams got he said good morning from New York. And then it's also that
Hey,
WNBA needs sponsorships, and yes, more women need to support. I
yeah,
agree. I agree. They
yeah.
definitely need more support. I'm
It's
totally
tough
not
to get
against the
that.
game. I saw what the Aces did last year against New York, our New York team here, the Liberty. It would be interesting to see how the sports of that side of sports evolves, man. Definitely would be interesting. I'd love to see more of it. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm terrible with names. Or say Williams. I think I pronounce it. Forgive me. Sorry. Thank you so
Let's
much for correcting me.
it's probably Oris.
Oris? Okay. I am
Yeah.
terrible with names. Forgive me, please. But let me that's my oops for the day. But let's get into it. Trey, we got you for the
Yeah.
first one. Um
Yeah,
yeah.
man. So today we wanted to pop it off with I'm pretty sure by now everybody's heard TikTok ban. Y'all know that is it's a tech company. It's a pretty large one at that. But yes, so basically Americans could lose access to TikTok within 6 months if a bill forcing the parent company ByteDance of TikTok to sell its stake becomes a law. So they're really trying to make this a law for them to sell TikTok to the US. And basically, the reason being is because they're saying that they have concerns over TikTok's ties to China. And they're saying that it's a potential national threat because of all the data that they're harnessing and that they're gathering from us Americans. And they're saying like, hey, give it up and send that over. But TikTok is saying that they would deny Chinese government requests for Americans' data and has initiated Project Texas to safeguard data on US servers. So basically, what that's saying is even though it is a Chinese company, the stuff that goes on here in the US, they are keeping that data here in the US. So they're
Hmm.
not sending it over to China. This is what they're saying. Basically, American lawmakers, they don't believe it. And they're like, hey, uh, they're giving ByteDance 6 months to sell
Hmm.
once the House passes this bill. So that's the key thing there. So once they pass it, they'll have 6 months to sell TikTok or they'll face a ban. And that 6 months window, it doesn't stop or it doesn't start until that law or that bill becomes a law. And so once that happens, then they'll have the 6 months from there. But basically, what they're saying is um, it's almost certain that they're gonna basically like draw it out. So even though when judges they could delay basically what I'm saying they could delay the enforcement of the law for like months on down the road, even years down the road, as a legal battle plays out. So it could be forever. Like I'm not gonna say forever, but it could be a long time, even if they do pass it. So,
Yeah.
anyways, if they pass that bill, then ByteDance, they could either get them off of if they pass the bill and they don't sell, basically they'll just get off of the app store, like on the US side. I
Hmm.
also wonder how they're gonna do that, bro. Like,
Yeah.
would they I don't think they would show their hand and just like actually delete it off of the phones. Like, where it's just instantly you just see it gone from your phone. I don't think they'll do that. Like maybe if you have it downloaded, then it just won't work anymore, and then you just won't be able to see it on the App Store. I
Yeah.
think if they deleted it from your phone, it would show people that, hey, wait, they got too much access. So I don't know if they'll actually just delete it straight up off the phone. I don't know. What y'all think? Anyways, do y'all think the U.S. is going to be able to buy TikTok? And if they do you think they're going to do the right thing with your data? Because they're talking about China stealing the data. Well, what are they going to do with the data? I don't know. I don't know.
Oh, we got a lot of comments in the comment section, so this is gonna be very interesting. Before I give my opinion, there'll be a lot of comments in the comment section that I want to address first. So we have, unfortunately, comes over as LinkedIn user. So forgive me if I don't see your name here. It says Kevin O'Leary wants to buy TikTok at up to 90% discount. Oh man,
Yeah, I
fire
bet he
sale.
does. Who wouldn't, bro? Uh, it's all the rage today, bro. Everybody's
Yeah,
on there. You
yeah.
know, I bet he does want to buy that 90% discount. I wouldn't do it if I had to sell. Hey, it's a premium rate, man.
For real, for real. Oh man, like that. Oh, do we have Oris? I got it now. Do you think if TikTok sells, is Instagram next? I don't think so. I don't think so because of the specific nature of what's going on here. They specifically want to take TikTok away from a Chinese owner because they feel like they're
Yeah,
they're undercover for grabbing, and data is all the rage. It's been the rage for the past how many years? Data is
that's the
king.
commodity.
That's the
Yeah,
commodity. And so they're like, if we have data, we could advertise to them better. We could they're like thinking about national security. I know that for a fact. Government officials can't have TikTok. So they're like they want to kind of take over that area. And so I don't think it would be as big of Instagram because Instagram already giving them stuff anyway about us. Instagram already like Facebook,
oh,
Instagram, they're
what?
already in the cahoots. So I'm pretty sure that
What?
they're not going to worry about them too much. But TikTok is the one that's like, they get all the data and we don't have that access to them like we want. That's my opinion.
Yeah.
That's
And
my opinion.
I forgot to add in too. I mean, I
Yeah.
guess to go along with that, they're basically saying that they're arguing. People are saying they're arguing that that bill, it may infringe on the First Amendment rights as well, stifling
Mhm.
expressions on TikTok. So we got to put that in there. That's the other side, going on too. So
Oh man. Oh man. We got Ty Smith as well saying TikTok supposed sponsored over 20 plus black tech events in the past 12 months. So I
let's
can't
go.
support this ban. That's good
Let's
information
go,
right
Ty.
there. That's
Let's
good
go, man.
information.
And I bet they did well, man. I seen some of their offices in New York, really
Yeah.
nice. I seen California. They look really good. They really seems like they take care of the employees as well. I'm not gonna lie. And then knowing that on top of that, Ty, that's mm, who else is doing that, man? Like that. Sometimes they let
Mm,
you put your name. Sometimes they let you put their name on your stuff, but they ain't really, you know, supporting like that. So to know that they are, that's amazing.
that's a good point as well. Mitch says, take the ban, just create another company. US wants it so they can do the same thing TikTok is doing. Yeah, that's what I said. Like
That's so true.
they trying to get their
It's
own money.
true. Like I was saying.
And Darcel says, I personally never used it. However, lots of people monetize their content, so those folks will need to find another avenue. Yeah, yeah, I
That
totally
is
agree.
yeah, and I saw that when I was researching too. Like there are some creators that like they're nervous, because I know one of them they were saying like, hey, that their full income came from it. So, that's one of those things where
Wow.
diversification, being diverse, and
Yeah.
it, if you didn't before, then maybe now go ahead and start ushering your audience from TikTok over to YouTube, from TikTok over to Instagram. That way, and then better yet, from there to your email list, so that then now, hey, wherever you decide to go, you can let them know, like, hey, y'all, TikTok is gone, but I'm over here at such and such hanging out, and that's one way to be able to keep up with that. But I do agree, man.
I think some of y'all might need to jump into the show. Like I have the calling link right there, y'all. Y'all, someone might need to jump into the show because watch this comment right here. Ty Smith dropped something down. He said, "Watch the post revealed that Facebook and Instagram, both Meta, really same company, paid
Right,
a
right.
lobbying company in 2022 to start this campaign." And then the tech coach Ralph said IG is owned by Facebook, so they can't be forced to sell. And then you also mentioned something that is very important. And that is this, many moving pieces to this. Why they're not forcing to sell Sheen? Because everybody's big on Sheen,
Interesting.
but what's the big controversy about Sheen is that the prices are low so that they can get your data. That's a
Yeah, I
big
mean, they,
controversy about that.
yeah, I mean, it's all it. Ultimately, that's what everybody wants, and we know it. But
Yeah.
also, we want the things that they're giving. So, you just
Yeah.
have to, like, like, hey, do I want these pair of pants bad enough to give you my information? And over the years, they've gotten better and better. So people are saying yes. When it first started, you'd be able to see through this hat.
Yeah.
The material wasn't there, but now, but now they
Yeah.
they got their material up. Hey, people are like, you know what? Take my data. I need that. So
And TikTok was doing the same thing with their products that they were selling on their show
yeah,
first. They're cheap, and you give all that, you give additional information. So it's just like, everybody wants it. Everybody wants it. Darcel says it. I don't 100% trust our government, and
hey, over the years they have proven that that might not be the best idea.
or say
if
says
if you just
info.
just going off of what stuff is that we know, the stuff that we know.
Yeah, no, it's so true. And then Operation Takeover says, "Tell me when the last time the U.S. has really cared about enforcing any of the constitutional rights." Oh man,
Mm,
it's
not
ridiculous.
not. Ugh. It's hard to think, bro. I'm sitting here.
Yeah, man. And I got two more comments from Tech Coach Ralph here, but we could keep this going because Ty is also something else. He says that first of all, Tech Coach Ralph says I would want to see more data. Politicians are the work test. Oh, this is absolutely true. Are the worst tech analysts ever. The audience are
Hello.
different, so it's hard to so it's a hard transition for sure. Like, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's totally
Mm-hmm.
true. All that is absolutely true. When I think about what the hell they they ask questions to the CEO of Google and how they ask questions to Mark Zuckerberg. I was like, oh my goodness.
Oh
Uh,
my. Oh yeah.
I felt sad. I felt
Yeah.
really sad. Like that's why 2032 is coming. 2032 is coming. Um,
Man,
Ty Smith says in Black Tech, Twitter sponsored zero events, aka
which is
X.
crazy.
Meta, Facebook sponsored less than 3%. And TikTok is the only one that shows up consistently for us. Yeah, they were at Thanksgiving as well. Yeah, so it's very interesting. It's very interesting that factor as well. Um, eh, 1776. That's the last time that the U.S. has really cared about enforcing any of our constitutional rights when they made it. Oh, that's hilarious.
Facts.
That is hilarious.
It's been a
Oh
wrap
man,
ever since.
yeah,
That's funny, bro.
it's
That's
been a
funny.
wrap ever since. That is so funny. But let me go end this poll here because I wanted to get your thoughts. I had a little poll on the YouTube page there, and yeah, it came back that I said, "How do you feel about the TikTok ban?" Never used the app. 50% said they never used it. 33% said I don't know how I feel. 16% said this is terrible, and 0% said I don't really care. So everybody has so they feel something about it. For me personally, and I'm gonna actually before I do that, I'm gonna go to Darcel's comment. He says 2032, more tech savvy leaders in office. I'm here for it. Yeah, that generation is coming. That generation is coming for sure. But one thing I really wanted to just kind of like, kind of get my thoughts were like, talking about the Constitution, like maybe because it's not a U.S. based company, right? That's the whole thing. But that
That's
that
the
that
main.
yeah, but to take a company from somebody else to force them to sell and not really, in my opinion, have a really strong case to stand on, because you're basically saying that they're doing or they're guilty of doing something that other companies in the US are doing anyway. It's just that they're giving it to you in some way, shape, or fashion. I just find that like this might be a heavy word to say, but it almost sounds like a dictatorship in a way. Just like I need to control everything.
Mm-hmm.
And I
Let
mean
me force that hand.
we're not naive to it. We know that in some way, shape, or form there is massive control happening, obviously, whether it's through propaganda or whatever. But it's just like it just to me, it's just like that's so blatant. Like you're straight up like up and down saying, yeah, we're gonna take this company away from you in a capitalist, quote unquote, capitalist society. We're gonna take this company
Mm.
away from you because
Mm.
we feel like you're misusing it when it's not even like everybody knows that these other companies are doing the exact same thing in their own way. It's
Man,
just that they're not reaping the
y-
benefits of it.
I'm struggling not to say it, so I'm not gonna say it. But listen, man, they've been strong arming a whole lot of stuff for a long, long time. Okay,
Very long
over
time.
these years, and when they want it, they're gonna try and get it any way they can, and they're gonna come up with ways to get it any way they can. And
Yeah.
so, yeah, I bet they are working day and night to figure out how to take this company's business, the U.S. side of it. And I don't know, man. It doesn't seem. I don't know. I feel like there's some other way that they can resolve that without taking this company's business, but I don't know.
Yeah. So we definitely appreciate all the people share. There's so much information on this right now. Ty said Google targeted victory TikTok to find the Washington Post and USA Today articles on the topic. Man, so and then also Tech Coach Ralph said, and Operation Takeover agrees. National security always trumps the Constitution. You know, truer words have never
Mm.
been spoken. Tech Coach Ralph. You know, and we got OTTO Operation Tech Takeover in the building. I'm bringing him up to the stage so you can share your thoughts, this brother.
What's
Go
going
ahead, sir.
What's going on, family?
Good morning. Good
Yo,
morning.
yo, what's happening?
I just want to tap in and add to what Trey was saying. That's just like the payment process and they came out with. I think it might have been covered a little bit earlier, but they trying to push to get rid of PayPal and Zelle and
Yeah.
Venmo, and they got their own Fed way of getting it. You have to go through everything. Where do you think that's coming from? They want to keep their hand on everything
Mm.
because they got the rule now to where if you receive anything over $600, it's got to be reported because that's reported as income. But people ain't really reporting everything, or they finding ways around it to not, what I'm saying, show that $600. They're like, nah, it's cool. We got y'all. We see what y'all doing. Y'all trying to be slick. You
Mm-hmm.
still don't want to pay us? Cool. We about to get rid of all that. You ain't gonna have no PayPal, no Zelle, no nothing. Everything is gonna be going through the Fed's payment processor. We gonna know every bit of money you get. We gonna know down to the penny. So now you gonna get them taxes, bro. You gonna pay us these taxes because we need
Total,
that.
total control.
We need that. So I mean, it's the same process, bro. Like you taking people's livelihoods away because you want to control things. You want to know how much people make, so that way you know how much money you gonna take. Like, come on, bro, that ain't right. You know what I'm saying? That ain't right, bro. That ain't what we're supposed to be. We're supposed to be the greatest country in the world. Now that ain't being too great, in my opinion.
Doing it dirty.
Right.
I think people would probably, I think, if I'm being real, I think people would probably be more willing to pay taxes if they actually knew where it was going. Like if you were more
Right.
transparent about, hey, this is how much we're putting towards building these schools or building these bridges or all like, or hey, this is where I wanted to go. Like, hey, this is where I like mine to go. I think people would be more, open to doing it. But when you're so secretive, and when you got the $10,000 toilets that you're having to spend because you're not for profit, right? As the government, so you got to spend all the money that comes in. But I don't know. It's real. It's tough, man. It's tough.
But that's the thing about it, big bro. They ain't really doing nothing. What do people think these damn stimulus is coming from? They not pulling it out of nowhere. That's all that money that we done paid the taxes that they've been holding, saying is being used. That stuff is in a surplus chilling somewhere. Man, look, and then they go turn around and tax you on it again. Like, we're gonna give you the money because we know you're suffering and you're hurting. But guess what? Since we gave you the $6,400, now we're gonna tax you on the $6,400 because you got extra income. Now,
Oh yeah, they gonna get you.
Now, how that work? How
They
you
gonna
gonna
get you.
tell me that you're gonna give me this free money because you know we hurting as a country, but then turn around and tax you on the money that you gave? And where'd it come from anyway? It came from our taxes. It came from all the money they take in and they getting. It's just been chilling. That stuff ain't going nowhere. They ain't printing no new money, doing all this stuff, man. They hold on to that money, and then when stuff happens, they try to do a little something right. Exactly, the biggest ones. They beat all the other gangsters. It's the biggest gangsters in the world is the U.S. government.
All right, you better believe
it. But at the same time, though, I ain't gonna front. I'm glad I'm on the team with the biggest gangsters, though.
Oh yeah, hey man, I'm here.
Right,
you know, I'm here.
Listen, make no mistake. I'm glad I'm on the side of the biggest gangsters. You know what I'm
saying? You know, when was the last time? When was the last time you agreed with everything? You know,
right?
That's
facts.
But I'm here.
Facts.
Might not agree with everything.
I don't want to go on a tangent, but there's a lot of different stuff that our government does.
Right.
That, even the case with Blessings versus Freestone, that has to do more with child support. But basically, just to kind of summarize it, 5 Arizona mothers were like, listen, we know that our significant others that help with the birth of these children pay an extra XYZ money. Why we're not getting it? And in that case, child services exposed themselves and basically said, hey, child support is actually not made in the best interest of the child or the parent. It's made for the best interest of the government. And so that's why you got $50 every time instead of the full amount, because we pocket that for administrative fees, all that sort of stuff. So it's just one of those things.
That's wild.
I can't even go too deep into that right now because we got so much on the docket, but that's why there's
that's crazy.
That's why it's like it's just
that's crazy.
And you think about it, like, what is it? Is it really a lot of stuff in the best interest of us? No, it's all about how much money the government can get, and that comes down to taxes as well. Oh, but man, OTTO, thank you so much for sharing your thoughts on that, man. That. We always appreciate you stopping by and giving that good conversation.
Always, brothers. I appreciate y'all, man. Y'all my dudes, my brothers. Always, man. I'm always gonna come support the fam.
Indeed.
Awesome, man.
Appreciate
awesome.
you.
Yep.
Appreciate you, sir. Well, I'm going to get right into the bulletin board real quickly because we got a lot to cover today. So I'm not even going to share anything, but I'm going to post it on the bottom so y'all can see.
Yo, I do remember. With Tech Coach Rob, I do remember when Alibaba CEO went missing in China. Man, that was wild.
On the other side too. Yeah,
that was wild.
It's a crazy world, man. It's a crazy world. We paying for the 10K toilets in our other countries too. Yo, man. Yo.
That's a whole nother side of it, ain't it?
Exactly what I'm saying. There's so much it's to get late.
That's a whole nother side.
Oh man,
you gotta send all this money. I'm not even.
I know, right? We said a lot. So, but just to really kind of go into it, we got the bulletin board. This is for events that are happening. I'm just going to read them because of time. But basically, go to blacktechglobal.com for more in regards to events. Go to blacktechglobal.com for more. First thing we have on the docket is Women of Power Summit 24, March 27th to the 30th, Las Vegas, Nevada. The cost for that is like $14.95. Cheryl Underwood. Oh, who's going to be there? Was it Cheryl Underwood? A lot of people going to be there. A lot of celebrities. so definitely want to check that out for sure. If you're looking to grow in your networking. And it's going to be in Las Vegas, Nevada. That's $14.95. That's happening this week, the 27th, which is a Wednesday. And it ends on Friday if you got the bread to put out for that. And stick with me, y'all. This is going to be a very short list. I'm not going to take too much time on this. I'm not going to be with you long, as they say. The Lightship Workflow Wednesdays is happening in Madison, Wisconsin. Cost $0, March 27th. Then we have Black Tech Nation Speaker Series Mixer, March 27th in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. That costs $0 as well. We have Sisters in Sales, Rise and Sell Breakfast. And this is international, y'all. It's actually happening March 28th in London, UK. The UK costs $0 and
the UK.
The UK. Yep. Mixer Cloud Tech Industry Dallas Mixer. They're back again on March 28th in Dallas, Texas. Costs $25 for that one. Check that out again at blacktechglobal.com. And last but not least, this week I'm Breaking to Tech Dynamic Women in Tech, March 28th, an online only event that costs $0 and 0 cents. So you want to check that out. Got Ayana speaking on that as well, a friend to the show.
No excuse.
And Ty's significant other. We got Aliyah running that, so you definitely want to check that out as well. And you can find these events and more on blacktechglobal.com. Do you know of any events that we didn't mention? Go ahead and shoot it to us. We will definitely try to drop it in either the community chat, or we'll definitely try to talk about it next week, depending on the date. And with that being said, Trey, we saw some stuff over the weekend, over this past week, and I actually decided to share it with you. And let me see if I can bring it up here. But Skynet is showing its face again. Skynet is showing its face again.
Are you able to show it?
I'm gonna bring it up, but I'm gonna let you talk about it while I'm bringing it up.
Okay, so while he's bringing it up, y'all, I don't know if y'all remember, like iRobot and stuff like that. Hey, it's close. It's close, and Nvidia, they are bringing it forward to us. Nvidia chips. So if y'all not familiar, Nvidia, they make the little chips and things that go into a lot of the stuff that we use on the daily. And basically, they are showing off the new Blackwell chips. And basically, they're made up of a whole, like technically, 208 billion transistors, all that stuff, right? But the main thing, the new processor design is multiple times faster at handling models that underpin AI. And so the company, they're basically saying like, hey, the process of developing the technology is a stage known as training, and the running of it, which is called interference. So these guys, they've done something crazy. Joseph, are you already showing them, bro?
Yeah, I got it right here.
Okay, so yeah, they got the robots. They got the robots working. Okay, and right now, the products that are being deployed by it says the Nvidia chip is particularly the latest iteration known as the B200 is a flagship AI chip designed to extend Nvidia's dominance in the field. And this powerful chip houses 72 of Nvidia's AI chips and 36 central processors. So guys, this one right here is a big daddy, as they would call it. And right now, they're really expanding their software into other spaces. So, like they're saying on this video, they're looking to dominate a lot of spaces where AI is just out there moving around, right? Like robots are helping out in arenas, like all these other things. So it's crazy, bro. It's crazy.
Yeah. Tech Coach Rouse said change the show's name to Talk That Polytech.
yeah, for real. Look, that's how we started. That's for sure. It was Polytech this morning.
Yeah. That's hilarious. And then thanks for the shout out. Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, let's support the Amazing Tech Women live on YouTube on March 28th. That's right. Where do I put it down?
We're gonna be on YouTube.
Yeah. Tech Coach Rouse said, where do I put a down payment? If you have time to call into the show, I'd love to hear your opinion on that. Skynet is here. I'm not gonna lie. That's one of the first things we talked about yesterday. Is like, what is their stock right now? Because it's almost $1,000.
I mean, they blew up over the pandemic. You know what I mean? Like, when that popped off, they were to the moon, as they would say, for sure. And people still run a lot of Nvidia options, things of that nature. But yeah, they're basically targeting humanoid robots, and so and the makers of them. Obviously, remember, these guys are the chip side, so they're targeting the makers of these humanoid robots and being able to do arenas and all these other things, man. It's gonna be pretty crazy what they're looking to do here.
Right.
But yes, that stock is moving up, Ty, and so yeah, if based on what they're looking to do, it's not going down anytime soon.
I mean, listen, we saw a lot of this in a lot of movies back in the day. Forget about, we always saw the Terminator and all these different things. I mean, it was about time that the public was going to experience having robots be a part of their day-to-day life. So this is going to happen. Ty Smith, the Nvidia stocks moving on up. Yes, they are. They are
Yeah, definitely.
up. They're going to surpass
Especially
1,000 very soon.
Yeah, they're up there, man.
They're like 948 when I checked last, something like that. Like for
the
one stock.
Jetsons. The Jetsons are on the way. Tech
George Jetson. Yeah, like literally. And so, what are your thoughts, y'all? What are your thoughts on this? I mean, we wanted just to kind of point this to you to share and get your opinions on this, because we definitely wanted to hear what you had to say. So, yeah, what are your thoughts?
And it's one of those things where, like, we're not just saying it either. Like, the CEO, Jensen, he said he predicts a future where robotics dominate, emphasizing AI's pivotal role in driving industrial revolution and society transformation. So, like, they're banking on it. Like, they're looking towards you walking down the street with your robot carrying the groceries, or all these kind of things, right? Hey, get your butt out here and get these groceries out the cart. No, I'm playing. Don't talk to him like that.
Humanoid robot get the Arthur Fist. The humanoid robot gets the Arthur Fist and like, I'll get you one day. You don't think I'm that smart, huh?
As soon as they update this chip, I'm out.
Oh man, what was the episode of Black Mirror? I'm pretty sure that there's a ton of them, but like, there's an episode of Black Mirror that reminded me of that. With robots, like, you ain't gonna.
Yeah, bro, that was crazy. Yeah, but they went wild on Black Mirror. They had the skin on that joint, man. Like, what I mean? It looked like a human. That was wild.
Yeah, no, it was absolutely wild. So let us know what your thoughts are. If you want to call into the show, the link is on the YouTube page there.
Me too, Ralph. Me too, man.
I always say please and thank you to ChatGPT.
Yes, I needed to know. I was a good one, man. I wasn't just demanding things. I wasn't demanding. No, it was asked.
Please. Well, it's thinking about the humanoids. One thing people are concerned about is that replacing jobs, right? Are these robots going to replace the mundane tasks that a lot of people were doing, or even tasks that really make up a lot of people's actual livelihood? And so one of the things I actually popped on, and then we actually shared, the first thing I shared with you this week that when I was looking around and I saw this, was this brother. His name is and this forgive me if I pronounce this wrong. Again, I'm bad with names, but Uma Abu, I believe it's pronounced. He actually is a content creator, so shout out to him as well as Tech Coach Ralph, those that really work on the technical side of the tech industry and have a lot to say. He was basically checking out Devin AI. So Devin AI, if you're not familiar with that is a very unique tool. It has a lot of capabilities that, again, I'm not gonna lie, it's he was basically explaining, because I'm not in that side of the world. When I mean by that side of the world, I'm meaning specifically when it comes to software engineering. He was explaining in a clip that he has, and he has a whole YouTube channel in it, so you could definitely a whole YouTube video on this. This is just a snippet, but basically he was sharing in that snippet that the Devin AI is basically coming for software jobs, and his opinion was that he could see how it could be able to do a lot of different tasks that software engineers could normally do. So those tasks include full autonomous operation, advanced reasoning, real-time collaboration, adaptability, learning and adapting from each project, collaboration with human engineers, accessibility to both technical and non-technical roles, real-world application in solving engineering problems, scalability, security, integration of machine learning, natural language processing technologies for software development, tasks, understanding code in a human like manner, generating code. The list goes on and on, basically. This thing is capable of doing a lot. And him being an engineer himself, he doesn't believe that it's going to replace software engineers. But what he does believe is that they may not be hiring as much because this will be a tool that we paired with software engineers in order to make them pretty much work 3-4 times as more efficient than they were already. So that's where he sees this kind of going. And despite its impressive features, though, Devon AI is not positioned to completely replace software engineers, like I said. Instead, it's designed to complement human engineers by handling routine tasks efficiently, allowing human engineers to focus on more complex and creative challenges. And we have somebody to join the chat, none other than Tech Coach Ralph himself. What up, Tech Coach Ralph? Welcome to the show, brother.
What's going
What's
on,
going on?
guys?
What's going on?
Can you hear me?
All right. I hear you.
Oh,
I think we have you might be listening to us on YouTube or something. I think it might be coming through. Uh so yeah, we'll just do that. But you know what? Let's make this a party. We got Ty Smith as well. Let's bring up Ty Smith as well to join the chat. What up, Ty? How you doing, brother?
Yeah, how's it going, guys?
This will be
What's going on,
a
man?
joint effort here. Yeah, so let's do this because I think it's a lot of information, a lot of things to be shared in this conversation. So go ahead, Tech Coach Ralph, since you jumped on first. I'd love for you to share your opinion on this subject matter.
so the thing is, the trend has always been going towards automation, and like I work in QA automation, but there's so many different types of automation that's happening where it reduces to having to do manual, repetitive tasks over and over and over again. As far as Devon AI, I tried to I wanted to try it out, but it's kind of restricted right now in who can get access to it. So I'm waiting for that to see what it can do. But at the end of the day, with any AI, it's only as good as the prompts and things that you ask it to do. So it just depends. I don't think it's going to be replacing software engineers. The the way that I see it is, if companies want to produce more, then you can still keep the software engineers and have these tools to make you go faster and to put more stuff out there. So it just depends on what the goal is. But a lot of people, they want to get scared and complain like, oh, this is going to happen, this is going to happen, instead of embracing it. And if a bunch of other people get laid off, at least you're not the one who's getting laid off because you didn't like sit
Yeah,
back and wait.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
that's
that's
the
so
thing, man. If you're on that side of it, like, hey, I know how to work this thing, like at the bare minimum, I know how to get the most, and that can help. And it's wild because even I don't know if you saw that guy's post, but when Joseph sent it to me, one of the things that he was talking about is because I'm not on that side of it, either. But I think he was saying something to the fact of, hey, I'm something that I do daily, it was able to do, which they didn't think was going to be something that AI was going to be able to do, which was, I think it was like solve a problem, like it fixed the problem
in
and
like
then
2 to 3 hours.
told.
Yeah,
Yeah, so there was a problem that came up. It fixed the problem and gave I guess the breakdown or the explanation of the problem. And I think that's something that they normally do. They normally find the problems and then have to do the breakdown. I don't know, but he was like, it was able to do that, and so that really surprised him. But again, if you come at it from the aid, like, hey, this is a speed thing, a helper, that does help. So yeah, I understand where you're coming from with there, man.
yeah. Ty,
Hey,
did you have any thoughts you want to add to that?
yeah, definitely. Yeah, so I mean, I think on this topic, I think we have to kind of look back to kind of see what's going to happen looking forward. I think the two things that I look at is one, when you go back to, the days of, the 50s, 60s, we had actual people that used to be in these little switchboard rooms that basically, if you would make a phone call, they would be the person that would unplug your wire of whatever your phone number was and plug it in physically to the slot of the phone number that you're dialing. And that was like an
That's
actual
wild.
office that was in every single little city, small town, the smallest towns you could think of had people, like real human beings, hundreds and hundreds of people, potentially a lot of people's, aunts and great aunts, grandparents, a lot of people worked in these jobs as switchboard operators. It's a very, very, very popular job. And eventually a device came out, that allowed that whole operation to happen just through, I guess, that time period's AI. So like a switchboard box that basically saw, okay, a zap was coming from this number and it wants to go to this number, and it started doing it automatically. All those offices are gone. Like there is no switchboard operator. Now there is jobs where now you can develop these devices. You can work for Adtran, you can work for Motorola, you can work for these organizations that sell this technology and develop it, and it created opportunities for software engineers and all of those types of like programming type jobs. But the original job that was the actual switchboard operators no longer there. So I think the same thing with AI, where yeah, we're not going to have some of these modern day jobs that we have now, but there will be jobs to definitely program and develop new AI tools, but that's where we're probably going to be going. But I think you also have to look at 2005, the last time that someone actually beat the smartest chess player computer was in 2005. So we haven't beat on a fair match, even, not with like a piece missing, because the only time it happens now is if you start off with a piece missing. We haven't beat an actual computer, the top the top like best, smartest chess player in the game of chess since 2005. So that means in 2005 they developed AI that was smarter than the smartest chess player in the world. So we're like this technology has been already surpassed like our knowledge years ago, and now we're moving it into kind of modern day jobs. So if you look at now where we're at with SDRs and all of that, a lot of people saying, "Hey, this AI can't take calls," but we can Google things like Bland AI, we can Google things like Air AI. They've already developed technology that can handle a call better than an actual SDR. So I think we're probably moving into new terms, how we have software as a service. We might have engineer as a service, SDR as a service, account manager as a service. They might start adding in software to augment some of these teams. Like Tech Coach Ralph said, not eliminate the roles completely, but just add in some AI so it's now half AI, half salespeople, so you have less employees. But that's just my thoughts.
That's what I do.
Yeah.
Literally, in my company, we infuse AI into the contact center. Not necessarily to replace a lot of jobs, but make it a little bit better for the overall bottom line. But that's so true. That is so true what you both are sharing. So definitely, thank you guys for sharing that knowledge there, that history lesson, because I think sometimes we forget, what has
It's easy to
happened in the
forget.
past, that we've always been adaptable as a species, and I think that'll be the case for us here. It's just that the time that you need to adapt is a lot shorter than it was in the past. I think the way things are moving right now, right now is a time to learn so that you can adapt. So that way, when things do happen, you're not really caught trying to figure out what to do. You already kind of made that transition. So yeah, I think that was a really good point there, Ty, as well. And I'm laughing at Techo's Ralph. Y'all blame Joseph. Yeah. Blame me. No, but this is so good. This is so good, and I think that a lot of people are trying to figure out their way right now. They're like, okay, what do I do? I just got into this role, whatever. Now I gotta pivot again.
Yeah.
That's
Short answer. It doesn't
it. Just
stop.
you got to get sponsored by these companies. That's really the way it goes. I mean, we have to diversify. So get sponsored by these AI companies, know who they are, be the first ones to sell them to all of these corporations. All these corporations are adding things to their tech stack. They're doing it with Cresta right now. A lot of them are adding Cresta and Gong. So this the next wave of AI technology, just sell that to all these major corporations. Get that money and go somewhere safe.
Yeah. I love
So,
that.
so something
Go
to
ahead, bro.
consider as well is that people who like rely too much on AI, they lose the ability of the like logical thinking and processing and problem solving skills that you still need that because AI is only going to get you like part of the way there. But if you depend on it to do like everything, then you're the one who's like um, putting yourself out of a job. I see a lot of
Handicap.
people like, yeah, I see a lot of people. They're like, oh, I just asked AI. I just asked AI. I'm like, any other research on Google, like how do I actually figure this out instead of like just having it's like when you're in like elementary school, you're just copying off the person's paper. You don't learn anything. You might pass for a while, but it's not going to get you that far.
Look, you'll pass until the state test. Then I don't know if that happens everywhere, but Texas, we had the state test. So yeah, you'll pass in school, and then when the state test come, you're like, oh, what happened? I didn't know anything. Yeah,
And Tech Coach
no,
Ralph, what
that's
you
a good
just
one.
said, yeah, that's a good point. It made me think about what's going to happen to the librarian. What's going to happen to the library? Is that going to be
True.
replaced by a virtual online library? People don't have to go to a store. Everything's digital. Like,
Man, they would have to force that, bro. Like there are people who still like I like books. I like them in physical copy. They would have to force that, I think. I don't know.
I mean,
That
they
was
might get like smaller libraries and stuff like that, but I mean, there's already tools online. Like there's Hoopla, it's an online library. You get like audiobooks, digital books, stuff like that. I think the other one is called like Libby. There's Audible that like with the subscription based service. But at the same time, like when there's always a lot of people at the library, and I guess they still need them for voting and stuff. So
Yeah, I mean,
good point.
there are a lot of people that really like the typewriter.
Wow.
That's true too.
Yeah, now it's a novelty. You know,
I think it's one of those things where like you shouldn't like maybe upfront, yeah, maybe not total dependence, but you definitely should understand. You definitely should play around with it, understand it, and then logically you'll be able to see where you need to move. Just like Tyson mentioned earlier, like, hey, these things are taking the job. Well, okay, be the person who sells that to the companies. So now you put yourself in a position where you're still in the game. Sometimes, logically we can do that. That you can't really do just learning from the actual or just typing on like you mentioned earlier. Hey, I like just typing it in. Oh, let me see what it gives us. Well, there's that human part of it where logically, I know what's going to resonate with this group or whatever the case is. That's where that human piece comes in that you can really shine through. But using both together, so that's a winning combo.
Yeah, absolutely. And we might have to have a part 2 of this conversation because there's so much that we could delve into, especially with Ty Smith. As some people may not know, he's in the channel sales world, and that world is infinite, right? And then Tech Coach Ralph again in QA automation. There's so much to glean from these two, so we may have to have a part 2 to the conversation at a time in the future. But thank you both so much for joining us this morning and sharing your experience and your information, and your knowledge with us, because we definitely appreciate it for sure. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I need that Florida hat, Tech Coach Ralph. I need that, man.
I was just thinking about that.
I've been plotting on it. I've been plotting on it.
The hat of the day, right?
Hat of the day.
Yeah, exactly, Ty.
All right, you guys. I'll check you guys later.
Yeah,
all right. Take care,
y'all.
man. Take care. Oh man, yeah. So that was good. That was good. Thank you guys so much for jumping on and sharing your thoughts with us for sure. We definitely appreciate it. And we're about to wrap up this show with none other than our Brown Box Special, y'all. The Brown Box Special.
Yes, indeed.
Oh boy,
yes.
This is one interesting
You got
one. I got this one today.
Okay.
All right. It says, I worked at a grocery store in high school, and the bakery kept a container of free cookies on the counter for customers' samples. After the store closed, the remaining cookies were thrown out. A friend of mine took the leftover cookies and ate them since they were just going to be trashed away, and he was fired for stealing. Now, is that stealing, y'all? I don't know. It was going to go in the trash anyway. Is that really stealing? Technically,
yes.
He's stealing from from the Grouch. What was the guy on Sesame Street? Was it Grover?
Oh, the Grouch. The Grouch.
He's still from the Grouch. Like what?
He's stealing from the Grouch, man. Yeah, man. That's one of those. That's one of those ones that you just like. I understand it from both sides because I've been in the position where I've had friends who worked at places like that, like not grocery store, but like fast food restaurant, and they might throw away like all this pizza or all this chicken at the, and they're like, some of them they had the opportunity to literally like, hey, I bring home like big things of the chicken, and then some of them they're like, yo, we gotta throw this stuff away every night. And it's really interesting. I understand from the business side because it's like, well, technically that's in our that's what we have written in our stuff, so we have to follow it. It's just it sucks. And then there's the liability part, maybe. I don't know.
Derek Stoner says cookies were fair game at that point.
I agree. It's just the companies don't. And that's cold. That's cold.
Maybe it's a liability issue, but come on, it's cookies law. Like at least, or at least donate that. You just could throw it out and then get mad that somebody's like, listen here, I want to definitely want to do it. Coach Rouse says, thanks for having me up. Have a great day. Enjoy the week. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Yes, family, we appreciate that. That helps the word get out.
Appreciate you.
If you share, if you subscribe to the channel, then the algorithm says, oh, people want to hear more of this. So then we get more people to watch. So thank you so much for rocking with us as well. Brother Trey, any last words?
Nah, man. Maybe set the cookies outside in the container by the dumpster and then go outside the job after you clocked out and pick them up. That's the way around it. Man, y'all. That's how you do it.
Hey, man, you gotta break it down to like a science. I appreciate that.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, you gotta work hard. You gotta put like a plastic container inside the garbage so they can't see it, and then just pour it in. And
exactly.
Oh man, there you go.
That's it, though.
Oh man, and thank you, Maurice, for saying that. Yes, great show. Thank you so much for popping on with us. Connect with us on LinkedIn as well if you haven't. Thank you so much, y'all. Until next time, we hope to see you on the other side. Take care and have a great rest of your week.